All right, we are here. Everybody, quick update. If you head over to either of our Facebook pages, either GAT701 or my personal one, well, yeah, Zuckerberg has zucked us once more,
Yep.
and we are not live on either of those. But if you go back to over to the backup, guess what? We keep that one up and running. It's
Mike in
running
the
strong.
morning on KMIT is on there too.
What's that?
Mike in the morning on KMIT is live
Did
as
he get
well.
his going? Because I couldn't
Yeah,
connect
he
to it
did.
here.
It just
Okay.
popped up right now.
Good enough. So there you go. We can go to Mike, so you can go to Sturm Guns in the 701. You guys probably know where they're all at by now, being we got to maintain about 5 of them just to keep it on air over there.
Yep,
But
yep, yep.
he had a meeting, Don Jr. with Zuckerberg. Yeah, piss off on Zuckerberg. Hey, Tramp, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed my traffic has never been the same. I've been stuck at like 5,000 followers for like, I don't know, 5, 10 years.
Yeah,
And my circulation, like my reach has been so shadow banned that I may get a couple people. If
yeah.
I can post a picture of a cat and it'll get something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah,
It,
they really I there was that one year that every time I looked around I had a strike, and I'm like, and I'd fight it and they'd reinstate me. And then that one liberal, and I think there was some kind of game going on. That Thomas Riley guy, I
oh
noticed
my God, I
right
haven't heard that
before
person's
I'd
name in a
get,
while.
yeah, right before, yeah, I finally just blocked him. But right before my page would get shadow banned, he would pop on there. Oh, and he tut his tongue and shake his stupid little finger at me, and you know. But yeah,
Yep, yep. Yeah. They shit this what the thing Clay is ran, and I don't know how many times in a row, Clay,
Oh
and they
shit.
all of a sudden decided that was a
They,
no
they
go.
decide we're gun dealers, and boom, man, they take us
Yeah,
away
well, it's
there.
the
So
same thing they
hey, Dan.
deplatformed our other page for. So
well,
So
you got that storehouse behind you there, so
yeah, see,
I could see the confusion.
I do see though that they are finding us. So thanks for tuning in.
good.
They're finding us on Guns in the 701, Mike in the Morning on KMIT,
Li-
Sturm Guns in the 701, and of course our YouTube page. They're finding us there. So great to have everybody there. And you can find us on Rumble. It's up and running. We've never ever been nixed on Rumble. So
I was gonna say, Leon, if you get a chance on Facebook, if you can go on that Sturm and whatever the heck it is, you can share that to your personal page,
there you go. There you go.
Okay.
the stream, if you want. I mean, whatever, it's up to you.
Well, I can't do it from here. Nothing here
Oh,
touches any social media on
yeah,
the
I always
Meta
do it on my phone.
platform.
I don't do it on a
Oh,
computer
it's
or
not
Yep.
on my phone either, man. I don't want Timu from them boys. Nope.
whatever.
Hey, David. David says it's cold enough to freeze the balls off of a brass monkey. Uh, yeah, probably. What that 19-year-old big balls? Isn't that what he called himself or something?
Yeah, yeah,
I
good
just
guy.
landed that. Hey,
That's
Eric,
why
good to have you.
that's why God made hair, man. Lots of it,
Lots of it.
like wool.
Watching on YouTube, Lynette says like wool.
Yeah,
And
we
then,
hadn't got too many
anyway.
live people watching on Facebook over the last couple of weeks, anyways. So
Yeah, I did notice even. By the way, if you're just tuning in, yeah, we're BSing a little bit here, but I also noticed that even on YouTube we've been throttled back. It looks like, although I see
oh
one
yeah,
of the shorts finally took off, Jamie. So maybe the appeal I made on
okay,
there, maybe it's okay now. I don't know. All I can tell you is go to X or go over to Rumble. We never
Yep.
ever get nixed there. But we are on kick.com. We'll see how long, because that actually is a gaming site. Twitch completely wiped us out. They must have finally caught on. I think we were on there
Mhm.
for not even a year, right, Jamie? And
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
boom and yeah, done with them.
It
I'm not even gonna try there.
Mm.
thing is, if you want to comment, you're gonna have to go on X and get an account, which you
Yep.
should anyways. If you're a Republican and consider yourself one, and you support not only the Second Amendment but all our civil rights, you should go on there and get one anyways. Because if you
Really,
don't, you're
God,
basically supporting freaking commie assholes who'd rather freaking boot fuck
well,
us on Facebook than
and what I'm
which
going to
they
be
did.
doing, I was, I thought about doing some boosting on Fascist-book. Not going to do it anymore. I think I'll go
No,
over to X. We'll spend that money there. and
Perfect.
boost our page there, because that's the one that's been.
Can we advertise on Doge?
All right, before we get too far down, let's have our guest. I'll put it up here in case you need the words, though, but you probably know them just like I do, Leanne. We always start with the Second Amendment.
Oh, you want me to read that?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You
the
can
Second
read,
Amendment. It's debatable. The Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security
of a free state.
Of a free, what is going on? Of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Amen.
Now, I know that by heart, but because I was trying to read it.
Well, you could have just said it. I wouldn't have to read
That's
it.
Usually that's what I do, Leo. When Clay tells me to go ahead, I just look away and do it. Otherwise, there is something to that. So anybody doesn't know our man here, our guest tonight, Leon Francis, coming to us from Enderlin, North Dakota, and great conservative, good friend of ours. Been
Wow, you just put my town right out there, huh?
Yeah, hell of a
now everyone knows where you're at.
I'm trying to be incognito, man, and you're messing it up.
Kelsey Glauser's our guest this evening.
There you
now
go.
You're really screwed him. We give him the real name, where he lives. Now we give him his alias.
Yeah.
Now you're really screwed.
He lives down there. He's Joe Heitkamp's neighbor. He's Joe Heitkamp's neighbor down there in Hankinson. But Leon, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. And if you Saturday's going to be another cold, miserable, shitty February evening. Leon and I are going to go, what did we say, Leon? 7 bells. We're going live, 7 Central. We're going to do a special Saturday night edition. Clay's going to be down the Black Hills rubbing toes with the wife. So for Valentine's Day. And Leon and I are going to take care of that shit on Friday night, the 14th. So
there you go. So, hey, everybody, I'll just give a shout out. I'm looking over here at Rumble. Hey, people are finding us over there. So that's great. If you migrated over there, you can just basically add about 10 to our number that you're seeing, Jamie, because that's how many are over there right now. So thank you.
Can we even see it on our Facebook yet? Or on our website yet, Clay, when people are watching? Because I know people tell me they watch it on there, but you can't comment. But I don't.
Yeah, you can't comment, but I can. Let me run over there. I'm gonna pull this up here. Go ahead. If you guys want to start, I'll do this.
Yeah. So we got all these comments. Lynette says headed to Arizona in 2 weeks. Can't wait. She's watching on you. Dave Fettig says 100-pounders. LOL.
I know what that is. Yes, sir.
What's that mean?
Oh, the size of your balls.
Oh. Well, mine are about 50, but it's just a job done. So.
Oh, you're just a little bitty thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, gets the job done. So.
Yep.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen tonight. We each were gonna have a main topic. I'm gonna skip mine. I still got my 2 mag dumps. Leon's got one in a mag dump. Clay's got a topic in a mag dump, and of course the happy ending chronicle. We're not gonna miss that. So.
By the way, thank you. We got 2 viewers over on our website, so thanks.
Awesome.
But you can sure go over. You can't comment, but it's up and running, no problem. So yeah. Sounds good.
All right, so since Leon's our guest, Clay, why don't we let Leon go first? Leon, why don't you hit it off with what you're going to talk about and get into it, and Clay and I will overtalk you whenever we can.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to sip a little Alabama Shine. So.
There you go.
Well, so I'm big in the whole prepper circles out here in this area. Have been for about five years. The magistrate down the road there a bit started talking to me about it, and so we got up a net. Like, I'm gonna step back for a second. Like the guy that was in the chat that said, he wanted to get out and move to another country and all of that. I'm not about that life, homie. I'm about staying right here and defending mine. And what my operating premise is, I get with like-minded people. We all bring a special skill set that we can bring to the table. And when the stuff hits the fan, we kind of coalesce around a central point. And, we defend, we protect, and we do all of that. Mm-hmm. One of the meetings that we started, we just had one like last week too. A good 75, 80 people were there. a lot of them were young. And like if you're a prepper, sometimes it gets overwhelming, or you're looking to be a prepper or a survivalist, and you think that things cost too much. There's no way I can get all this stuff, and this and that. And one of the concerns were firearms, because these young folks, and when I say young, I'm a 50-year-old man.
Just recently.
Just recently.
Yeah, you're younger than I am.
But these folks are like in their 20s and 30s, and they don't have a firearm. They might have like one pistol that they overpaid for because it looked pretty.
Saw it on Call of Duty, man. It was badass.
Oh,
Call of
yep.
Duty.
And so one of the things that I like to do, like my first build, my truck gun, I may have paid $250 for it.
Really?
And what
that would be when Trump was in.
Oh yeah, this was
one.
way back.
Not
man.
T2, T1.
But so what I do is, and I kind of instructed them in this, like you can be a complete novice, and you can go to like Bear Creek Arsenal or a site like that, and you can find AR, AR9s, AR15s, and I think AR10s, yeah. AR10s, AK-47, and any stage of the bill. You can get an 80% lower.
Hold on a minute, Leon. What's an AR-10 for somebody who doesn't know? That's worse than an AR-15 for sure, right? Because it's twice the number.
I'm not a fan. I'm an AR-15 guy. So
now you got me curious. Why aren't you an AR-10 fan?
I'm just not, dude. What are you doing?
I told you, so I don't need a topic. I'm gonna be, when you're talking ARs, you're gonna get me asking you. All right, go on.
All right,
Bobber, you may proceed.
So, and on this site, you can basically get a complete upper, or you can just grab a barrel here, grab a guard there. You can grab a bolt carrier group. You can grab the complete lower, or just an 80% lower. You could get the trigger assembly. You can pretty much anything you want, and it's all very, very reasonably priced. For example, like you can get I think I saw the other day, you can get a complete lower for an AR-15 for like $130 at the low end. And
now they just deliver that right to your house, right? That lower?
No.
Okay.
Bad, Jamie. Bad. Because
it's an unregulated freaking thing.
The idiots at the ATF consider that a fully functional firearm, ready to kill people and slap kittens and kick grandmas. So you will have to get that shipped to an FFL. Everything else, though, you can get shipped right to your house. You can get the complete upper shipped right to your house. The bolt carrier group, the barrels,
right.
Pretty much everything. And me mentioning the ATF kind of goes into another area that we're going to talk about later with the suppressors.
Yes.
Well, if you see Leon, if you're a loud bang and Leon's room starts filling up with smoke, you know they got him. So.
Oh, they got me, bro. But so you can build a decent firearm for relatively cheap. You can build something that will protect you and your family for right around $400. You go to BCA. Like most people that I talk to that are not in that whole firearm game or world, they think, oh, you got to pay like $1,500 for an AR, and we are not all Jamie. We can't all do that. With this nice, his accurate firing little rifle he got there.
That was actually built for me by Bloodline Kinetics, one of our sponsors, Leon. But I do have one I built that will rival it, but.
Yeah, that thing is nice,
sweet,
though.
Not that sweet reptilian camo on there.
Reptilian.
I will tell you this, and you can build these things, and you can defend your home, your truck, whatever. Like and they also have handguns. You can build out a handgun.
Yeah.
You can buy the barrel. You can buy the upper, the lower, polymer. Whatever you want. You can do that. But you can build a decent firearm that will keep burglars or whoever else at bay for a sustained amount of time if you need to, for relatively cheap. Now, I've sent a ton of business over to BCA doing exactly that. I will say though, the lower, like if you buy a lower for, I don't know, $125, you're gonna get what you pay for. Um, my buffer tube and spring has been out of that thing more times than I can count.
Oh, you're
It
saying one
doesn't
that's
have the,
put together. You're saying a
yeah,
complete. Okay,
Complete.
okay.
or yeah, if you get a complete lower, you want to
I'm
make
saying I
sure that
bought
it's
lowers for cheaper than that and then built them, and them things run like a sewing machine. But I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
the crowning pin. You want to get something with a crowning pin that you could fix. Like I have that one. I'm not gonna like touch it or anything,
Yeah.
but the one that's low back there.
Still
Uh,
talking about guns.
yeah, that thing,
Here we
like
go.
the crowning pin, just every time you shoot it, it does that, and then
Really?
next thing you know, you click, and then you crack that thing open and springs go everywhere,
my
and I mean
God.
it's a mess. So you don't want the bottom of the barrel unless it's a throwaway gun,
I mean,
that
it
sort of
almost
thing.
sounds like the buffer tube wasn't screwed in there far enough.
Yeah, but the crowning, that whole crowning, what's it called?
Oh, the buffer tube retainer there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that pen in there, but that little crowning nut that goes on the back of the buffer
Oh, your
tube.
castle nut. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
got
castle nut. It creeps on you if you don't have. And that thing is a pistol. It's got the pistol brace on it and everything. Screw the ATF. We got Trump in now. So anyway, but I don't think that when I got that lower, they thought about kind of locking that thing down. I've thought about locking it down, but I don't use it for anything. And if I did have to use it, it would be my like backup to a backup. It's like a fallback to a fallback. So and that's my message. And I don't know how many preppers or survivalists that we have in the audience, but the first thing I think that any prepper needs is a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, just in case. Like Jamie, you know this. Wherever I go, I don't care what office building I'm in, what I'm doing, I'm armed.
Yep.
And I'm not only armed on my person, I'm armed enough to get me back to my truck where if you're like a bad guy, you're going to have a really bad day. A really bad day. And if I get back to my house and you're still coming, yeah, man,
Love it.
I'll send
Everybody
roses,
should, like Charlie
and
Daniels said, that should be all of our frame of minds.
yeah, and my wife the same way. When I heard about that Somali idiot at the Mall of America picking that 5-year-old up
Oh
and
my
throwing him
God.
over the second, I
yeah.
told my wife she's not allowed to go anywhere with Eli without being armed.
Mhm.
Now Eli will give them a run for their money because that little dude.
Well, you better not
but-
get their gun away from him because he'll certainly know how to use it on him.
Oh, he'll break it down, clean it, put it back together, and then shoot him with it.
I
And-
remember when that happened in the Mega Mall.
Yeah.
What a sad thing. I guarantee you. So I don't know about you, Leon. I'm sure Jamie's been out there, but they got a big policy, no guns allowed in this building, which I ignore.
I do too.
So if I'd have been there, I'd have probably gotten in trouble. Who knows? Because I'd have shot the son of a bitch that was doing it. I'd have probably stopped the child from being thrown if I'd have been in the vicinity close. You never know. That's that big rotunda.
Yep.
So who knows?
Oh, yeah.
But any guy would
I'd at least try to tackle the asshole.
100%. 100%. I'm going in. Not even hold my beer. He's getting wet.
I mean, how the hell can people just stand there? I saw some videos from that back when that happened, and they just stood there. What the hell?
A lot of people. They whip out their phones. You know.
Oh, hey, let's
hey, where's my
this.
phone? I got a video of this shit.
I'm looking for the gray guy.
Leon,
You know
what I like about ARs is because if you're looking to prep and shit hits the fan, I mean, that's been like the #1 selling rifle for I don't know how many years. The parts for that shit is everywhere, and they're all basically interchangeable.
Yep.
I don't know, somebody said that, and I just remember the service rifles are made by the lowest bidder. Don't assume a cheap build.
Yeah, that
It
was
is.
David, and that's a good
Yeah.
point. And
Good point.
Here's
They
what I
might be
would
a little
really,
sloppy, man, but they'll run.
I would
Yeah.
really encourage everybody, and not just because they're our sponsors, but also because you got Mandan Sporting Goods got a hell of a selection of everything, and he can order anything you need. We've got David Fedding's got 1760 Sports. He can help you out. I know he carries a lot of the parts on hand. Of course, we've got Little Angry Man Arms down here in Trail City. It's just over there.
4779.
Yeah, and he's got just about everything you need to or can get it. So, I mean, it's not like you're not
Clay,
available.
if that ain't enough for you, get a hold of Bloodline Kinetics, and then you can get yourself a pimp gun.
Yeah.
He's got the Pimp Tilly and camo on his.
See,
and
I want this on a couple of my lowers. I want that.
Jake will do that for you.
He can do that really easy.
Next
Well,
time
and
you're back, drop
I
him
can
off.
tell you that Horton Laser Craft, he just bought himself a new laser, and I think he's gonna. The way it looks, he was just over here today. He's gonna venture into doing some of the firearm stuff, but he's a little bit nervous. He wants to try some of his own stuff, which is completely
Try it on
understandable.
Leon's.
Yeah, there you go.
I got that garbage 7.5 incher down there. You can work on that thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people that you and me know, and we know within our circles that are patriots, and I can't stress that enough anymore. I try to go to places that I absolutely know are with us before I go anywhere else. So just
100%.
Yep.
And to be clear, I'm all about supporting the guys and gals like your sponsors. I'm 100% down, like as we say in the ghetto, down like 4 flats.
Hey,
I 100%.
Did you see this comment? David said he was starting to feel like Blazing Saddles.
Yep. Let's go slap some mother. But but my whole point was I see way too many capable men who are not capable because they don't know firearms. They don't own a firearm.
Right.
They think they're expensive. There's no way I could, my son there, and I sent Jamie some pictures, some video. My son, Eli, can run an AR, no problem. No problem at all. Gets behind it, and he's good. And so you can do it. Leon in his bunker. Yes, sir. But I think that everyone, if you're a survivalist, if you're a prepper, or if you're just smart, you will, over the next couple months, at least a couple of different builds, tailored for what you need them for, and you will have those readily accessible when you need it.
Absolutely.
So Clay, we're about 20 after. Let's hit our first ad here, and then I got something to add to Leon's build here that I can tie it in with what we were talking about, lasering and Cerakoting here. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, let's go. Let's pay some bills here. Thanks some sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop.
And we're back. How about that? Hey, I tell you what, I went over to X and shared it in the room, so maybe we'll pick up a little bit there.
Oh yeah, it's big time.
That Androcore, AR that Josh was talking about.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's that Halo. I heard
Halo.
those were those NATO Halos. That's a good firearm.
Okay.
I've run a couple of those, and he said he got it for like $423. Yeah,
Out the door, he said.
Out the door. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
He asked me about him. I remember when he was looking at that, and I told him, I honest to God, I've never even heard of him. So. But there's so many AR companies out there now.
They're everywhere.
Anyway, so if you buy an upper and a lower, like Leon's talking, you build like Leon, if you're just going to buy a parts kit and all that shit, I mean, you don't even have to be that handy to do it. I mean, I've done it, and I'm definitely not the handiest guy.
Man, you want a little aptitude, a little bit.
I mean, it definitely, yeah, you can't be just like some guy who can't change oil or something, and you're in deep shit. But
yeah, you get a complete upper and a complete lower, like, I don't know if you're living kind of paycheck to paycheck, not a lot in the bank. You buy a lower, like out of one paycheck, go grab a upper, whatever you want. On the next one, 2 cotter pins, click, click, boom. You're good to go.
Hey, you got Leon's a big Saliva fan there. Click, click,
click,
boom.
click, boom.
One of my favorite songs ever,
go.
See, I was lost in the dark on that one, Jamie. That's something I did not know.
Yeah. But I mean, if you
Hey, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin? Thanks for joining, buddy. Appreciate it.
Kevin,
I mean, if you get a strip lower upper, you can take it to somewhere like Bloodline and have it Cerakoted and whatever freaking camo you want, and take it home and put it together.
See, that's what I want. I want to do that. Yeah. I want to strip down one of these and take it up there. I have one of them like that one there. I'm not going to touch it. Not touching. But I have one in the American flag and the other one wrapped in, like, I don't know, coyote brown with the 2A701 on it. Oof.
Nice.
Ooh, I think I just cheated on Nick. Thinking about it.
Tingling down your leg.
Tingle up
yes,
your
sir.
leg, yeah. I'm telling you, Cerakoting I love. We did a raffle last year with an AR-10. People didn't quite understand what we were doing there. We didn't completely sell it out, but it was still a success. And that was a nice gun. That was a Noreen. But the Cerakoting, it's like, I don't know, I compare it to it's being a really tough rhino lining like what you put in the back of your pickup box. It makes it more durable, usable, especially for the guys that don't want to get one scratched up for whatever reason. I guess they don't want it to look like it's used. But it does protect it. I mean, it won't protect you from the politicians, but it definitely protect you from the rust. And that's the two things that are enemies of guns.
I'll tell you this too: if you're not an AR owner and if you don't get like matched upper and lower, most of the time you're gonna get some wiggle in between upper and lower. You get
Get that
syrup
rattle.
coating on it. It puts enough of a coating on there where that sucker's tightened up. If that doesn't work for you, the best trick to do is get a rubber O-ring and put it around, not your back, your front takedown pin around and put that sucker will be. Wow, that's I had one of those, JD, and after I opened it like 5 times, it broke. Really, a bag of them things at Menards is like $5 for fucking 20 of them. So good to go.
And trust me, every guy at the range knows that it's a cheap AR. When you hear that rattle, that.
By the way, if for all the people who are new, make sure that little spring in there when you pull everything apart, or you're trying to put it in there. Don't lose that. I have a bag of them hanging on my wall so that if I ever do lose one again, at least I'm not waiting. And Dougie makes a good point. He said the right tools make a lower build easy. They do, and they make complete sets of tools. I highly recommend you.
Man Down Sporting Goods has them. I can tell you that it'll probably run you anywhere between 40 to. I mean, you can get the master set up to probably 200, but even the lower one's going to help you. I would say go a little higher with putting in like roll pins and shit.
What, Jamie? We still have those AR wrenches that Marty got for us. We never did anything with them. Maybe
those spanner wrenches.
Yep, we have a bunch of them. So. Well, we'll visit. We might have to come up with a little something, a little raffle.
Now that you said, I actually got some shit. We might give them away Saturday, Leon. I got some Glock slide over grips. I don't have Glocks.
What I'm thinking, Jamie, is you buy the wrench. Kind of like we used to do at the NRA banquets. You're in on a Freedom rod, a Freedom seed delivery system because we don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, anyway, so we'll have to talk a little bit more about that.
I bought a bunch of. I think I got them from Cheaper Than Dirt. It's called an idiot-proof AR bag. It's got all the springs in there. It's got the little pins, the buffer tube pin. I mean, it's got everything. Yeah. And the thing that you'll lose, especially if you some of those teeth inside that buffer tube, if that gets worn down, that pin will shoot right out when you break it down. You will never find it.
Yeah,
you'll never find it.
Here bouncing around, but then it's in your garage floor. It matches right, and you won't. And I mean, I know I've seen them. Brandon's got little bags over there with a bunch of freaking springs and all.
Josh says it's the 5.56 Bravo, what you guys are talking about. So that's what he thinks it is. So.
All right, awesome.
Hey, everybody over at Rumble, I just want to give you a little shout out there because if you're trying to make comments, you can't there. I think I finally figured it out, but it won't happen in this stream. I'm telling you right now, if you want to make one, go ahead and do it. I will just copy it and put it right into the live. I can do that.
Make sure it's set up for Saturday night.
I think it is, Jamie. I was dicking around here while you guys were talking. I think I finally figured it out. I thought, hey, maybe I got to do this. So we'll see.
Awesome.
I learned something all the time that I never wanted to on this stuff. This was never on my bucket list, and I could have cared less. And now I know all about it. So
I think I hear that 7-year-old trying to get in my bunker.
Oh, well, let him in. Let him come on and go, hi.
No. Nope. You'll never get him out of here, man.
So
yeah,
no,
but
I guess
Lynette.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Lynette makes a good point that I try to make to everyone. And a lot of the guys in my circle, they do this anyway. But like the new guys, the younger guys, teach your kids firearms and firearm safety.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a thing that you got to do. You can ask my wife. We had a fight when Eli was like 3. I'm like, he's getting a BB gun. Nope. But that kid, man, he may or may not have bagged a turkey.
I like it. Flying rats, aren't they? But yeah, no.
I can tell you, my kids know how to handle and shoot firearms better than my wife. So that's why I was saying.
Well, I know your
somebody
youngest
comes
does,
in here. Don't
sure.
worry about my wife. You worry about my kids, especially my youngest one. So
well, and my kids, Leon, they've been handling guns since they were old enough to really do it. They were never a mystery. Even when they were young, I would show them to them, and they'd come downstairs and, hey, Dad, can we look at the gun? I'd take it off the wall and show it to them. Yep. Unload it, of course. But I made them handle it correctly, too. I didn't just let them sit there. I started teaching that proper firearms handling and safety.
Booger picker out.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you. And now my kids, they're really good with guns. They don't have they have no inclination of doing anything bad with them. It's not a mystery to them. It isn't a novelty. It's something they're around every day. And they'll come to me, hey, Dad, I want to grab the 7M08 and go hit the range. Go for it, son. I know you're good to go. and I don't even worry
Hey,
about it.
Dad, can I borrow that M1 you got back
Well,
there?
I don't know if I'd allow that.
No, David says, I suggest dating through the upper barrel tool. Barrel nut work is much easier and you won't split the upper by accident. Right.
No.
And not only that, if you get your freaking gas tube in there, that thing, I think I got for that, I got like a Wheeler.
Oh, yeah, the Wheeler
Not
makes a lot
Bob
of good
Wheeler,
stuff.
not Bob Wheeler, but the Wheeler tools.
Wheeler.
Yeah, Eric says, I bought my daughter a BB gun the day she was born. Well, mine had them too, Eric. I think that's just the way of life out here too. And trust me, all of Eric's kids can shoot.
Well, Eric's
They
daughter
got
has the
kids.
same one I got that had to harvest a prairie dog there on the show.
That was great. We should find that episode again. They jumped down in his escape place where what do they call them?
Yeah, the window well there
Yeah.
jumped in there. He thought he was safe, but that was his death knell there.
He was like, I gotta go, so I kept it going. I think I even put it
Clay's
over
like,
there.
turn
You
your
gotta
camera around.
check this. So we had a live on commentary there. Hey, we are up to 50 plus now. Plus we got about between
Awesome.
the website and Kick. I have my one Kick viewer. And looks like over at Rumble, we're probably pushing 60 people now. So thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Awesome.
Keep sharing it.
Hey,
So-
Clay, when I was out there, you and a young guy, I can't remember his name, had that sweet setup, that snow setup. You know the guy?
You talking about Eric? No.
Maybe Eric.
Because Eric wasn't, you talking at, that wasn't at the Brain Bucket, was it?
It was.
Who was that?
Snow setup.
But, yeah, like it was all white. I think it was a Creedmoor.
Oh, which boy was that? Was that Josh's boy? No.
I
Who was that?
don't remember. Well,
I
I
thought
say
the only one I saw that was close to that was Dave's.
might be
Maybe it was-
Dave. I
it
don't
was
remember
Dave.
the name.
That's
Dave, was that
293
yours?
Apple.
Let us know. I mean, my buddy Eric there who chimed in, he's got his gun all snow camoed. And
Yep.
it's like Jamie said, when he showed up, he knows that boy has been shooting that gun because the way it
Oh, yeah.
looks, you
Yep.
know it gets used. And and he did well, didn't he?
Yep.
What I was trying to circle back to is like I heard a conversation between you and he, and I don't know if you meant it as such, but he said something to the effect, you guys were talking about kind of post-apocalyptic American,
Imagine that.
normal stuff that we guys talk about.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, I know where to come, when everything just kind of falls off the rails, and that's what you need. You need that community, and
Absolutely.
sometimes it worries me because I know a lot of really good guys, but they live in the city, or
Mhm.
they're not crazy like me. They haven't been warped or jaded by politics and all of that. But you need that community around you. You need a prepper survival community, because you could have firearms. You could love to play with firearms. But do you have a bow? Do you have a water source? Do you
Yes.
have a way to sterilize your water when you get it? You ever ate a squirrel?
Yes.
You might have to,
The thing is,
things
if you do run out of water, Leon, you should know how to drain the water out of your hot water heater, because that water is purified and you can drink that. And I mean, I have
you can get a
jugs.
store of water like I got behind this wall
Yeah,
right here,
That's
and
what
I
I'm
got
saying for people who don't know any
Yeah.
better, and it happens, and they're like, we're dying of dry dehydration. Drink your freaking water heater. What?
Or
Yeah.
I just go fill up from one of the 6 wells on my place.
Well, yeah. Well, we're not all Clay.
Yeah, that's what Dave said. It was 243 AI.
243. Yep. Acting
And what Josh had a comment back here I was going to get to his boy. What do you say about his boy here? He was he said, my boy's a hand with a firearm. He got his first 22 at 2 years old and is growing up around him.
Yep.
So
That's what you want. And
that says she takes her 38 every day when she's
Yep.
out walking the dog just for coyotes. Because I know of more than once the coyotes have come sniffing around wanting a piece of their dogs, which we know Governor Rick Perry had to take one out with his Ruger. Can't remember what kind of handgun it was, real short, but it was a hell
I'm
of a
not that
shot.
lucky. I am not. My wife today coming home saw a huge coyote, and I'm like, I'm never that lucky. But the first thing you do when the shit hits the fan, so to speak, and like you're in town, water is off, that sort of thing, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, you get your gun, man.
No, you get out of town. You grab your loved ones and you head out to, the middle of nowhere where you have already established, a little community of folks. You get out of town.
Well, you could do it. I mean, I'd have to do it right away. I definitely couldn't. I got a place to go. But I mean, I talked to my neighbors and they're like, "Oh, we don't got to worry if that happens. You're here." And I said, "Hey, I'm proficient with my firearms, but I said I'm one guy. I'm not freaking Rambo. So all you guys need to have your freaking shit ready too." And I said they roll into the cul-de-sac there in the crossfire, and then we'll let them have it.
So Brian brings up a good thing, and I was going to talk about it, and we talked about it that day after the Brain Bucket Challenge. Brian says, must bring knowledge, talents, or tools. Freeloaders will be dispatched at the mailbox, and that's exactly right.
100%.
I can tell you right now, if we get to that point, and I think probably you and me for sure, Leon, have talked about it, probably prepped for this without visiting about it, but I've always said, you're welcome to come here. We have means, we have resources, and we're pretty isolated. But if you got nothing to offer, don't just show up, because there's only so much here. And we will, as he put it, we will dispatch you. And that's just the way it's going to be.
Ask my kids. My hogs are I'm the same way with them. My older kids
have to eat too.
Yep. Get a what's a Deadwood frame of mind, man. But
it really will be, and I can tell you right now, Bismarck seems like a long ways from here. It's not. If it gets like that, I'm telling you right now, people will venture out, and they'll keep venturing out, and they'll keep venturing out, because they're going to be hungry. They're going to be desperate. They're going to be probably violent. They're going to be mad. There's going to be a whole bunch of different things that happen in that kind of world.
Pretty soon then.
Well, if they make it this far, I might have to ask them what kind of skills they got, because that's a long ways. But I mean, I even have diesel and gas on hand. We've learned how to make biodiesel.
Prime target down there.
Yeah, well, they better come toting an army, but and then I'll take their gas.
Well, and that said the city folk are coming for you.
Well, they probably would try. I mean, we've got Morristown just to the south of me, about a half mile, Jamie.
Yep.
Some of them I might let here, but there's a lot of them that, sorry, it's probably better off for them if they don't make it, because they ain't gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, I hear you.
Something else you want to think about, like when, and Clay is right, the city will fall quick, and then they're coming out. And like I told my older kids, I have 3 older kids, and every one of them, when they left the house, they got a firearm, a ton of ammo, and whenever you want, let's go train. But I even told them, you can't bring like your hippie college chick and that and her whole little.
That's right.
We're not doing that. I'm set up to protect my family, and if if they come here and they got like an ammo can, 600 rounds in there, and an AR or 2, yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
welcome in, but. Yeah, you're not just coming over here to, eat my tuna fish and my spam.
Yeah, I mean, I've told a few people that come over, friends of acquaintances, not like, I know where I'm coming if stuff goes bad, and I'm like, don't come here.
No, Jamie, you get in your vehicle and you get here.
I'll be going to my dad's. I can promise you that.
You can do that.
Watch Homestead.
That's great. I watched that, Leon. You know what? Yep. That is interesting. Did you watch any of the episodes afterwards now?
Oh, yeah, I got series. Angel. Okay. So they only have 2. Yeah, they only have the 2, and it makes me mad. I look every day. Come on.
I want the rest of them. But if you haven't watched Homestead, do it. It's on the Angel Studios app. If you're streaming, that's really easy. We actually went to the movie in the theater here in Lemon, which was great that they brought that in. But it's an interesting concept. You got, on one hand, you got the one guy who's evidently wealthy. He builds this whole fortress, but didn't do a very good job. He left some perimeters basically unprotected. And then
he's not a military guy, though. That's
no, he hired military guys, though. If you ever watch Longmire, the guy that plays Branch, he's in that, and he's kind of the head guy. And they're making difficult decisions. He's trying to tell him.
That's where I recognize that guy from.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an interesting concept. He's kind of got a wife that has, in my opinion, that I love everybody concept, and we just let everybody in, and you can't do hippie. And they find out that didn't work, did they? No. I don't know. I just, skills are important. when you get to that point. The government, man, he done something I wouldn't have done. He let him go. I'd have double tapped that son of a bitch and everyone after him. Then you wouldn't have that problem, because in the last episode, he's making a plot against them now.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, government guys, they go to the top of the list for dispatch. I'm not even going to tolerate it.
Yep. 100%. When I saw him, I saw Slimy, man.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, you need that dude cannot walk out of there.
We got city ordinance, blah, blah, blah. Really? Can I see that? He'll pull it out and boom, double tap, done.
Yeah.
All right, everybody else, you should probably leave or you're going to see the same.
Yeah.
You have to do that in that kind of situation. And I'm kind of with the military guys that are in that show.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't have hesitated.
Wait a minute. Clay tried to double tap him with the European grip on his rifle. That's a bolt action.
Man, we got way off topic.
I'll bring the 701 there. So tell you what, it's coming up. We got a few minutes before top. Let's take a break. Do we want to continue this, or you want to wrap this before we go to a break, and then we'll go to a new
Let's
subject?
wrap it, and then let's get into some mag dump, Clay, unless you want to hit what you got going. And we can get what you got going. So mag dump ain't going to take too long when we do it.
No,
so.
I got a few things here. So, yeah.
You got a few things, or you got a main topic thing and a few things?
I got a main topic thing.
Okay, let's get your main topic when we come back.
So, all right, Lowell, come back. I think we'll do the big one. We'll thank all 6 of them, and we can't do this without our sponsors. By the way, I always give an extra plug. LAUER Auto Repair, 309 South Washington, 701-258-6308. Dax has been with us from the beginning, and we do appreciate his support. Plus, he gives great service, so it's a win-win. But
absolutely.
All right, we'll see you guys on the other side of the break, and then we'll go into what I have for my main topic.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods, Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul's, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
T-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, can cop my stilo, head to the top.
Uh-oh. Huh.
Oh, I'm here alone, apparently.
Oh,
Well-
me too.
I'm here, but are we there?
Nope, not on the main screen. Things like locked up on there.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, what happened there? I will have
I
to.
went on GAT701 on Facebook and shared the feed from Sturm. So if Zuckerberg
Cool.
zaps our, hey Zuck, suck hard, you bitch.
And hey, thanks to those guys.
My
over
kid's
there on-
watching.
What's that?
I can't. My kid's watching.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll tell you what. Thanks to everyone on X. Keep sharing it, and we do. We really appreciate Nikki and Kevin, them guys over there, because you know what, they really do help out over there on X with us. So quickly here, David Fagan says Marcus Luttrell, but an innocent bystander walk away and look how that worked out. What's that?
He meant let an innocent bystander.
Yeah, and look how that turned out, and that's very true. If you haven't seen that movie, wow, I mean. But yeah, that's very true. I would never, ever in those situations, we're not going to go down that path very far here, but
I don't go home. You don't go home.
It's I'm just saying, if it got that bad, a lot of different things are going to happen. And you think it's going to be easy because you're going to know a lot of these people at first that come up to you. And you're going to have to tell them no. It's either everybody goes down or you make tough decisions and you survive. Yeah. It comes down to that.
Well, watch like the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead before it started going down, circling the drain. And it's the same shit, man.
Yeah. I actually did watch some of that when it first started. Yeah, it got real stupid real fast. But yeah.
Watch Revolution.
Yes. Another great movie. Yep.
Yep.
I
Series, yeah.
Sounds like you and I, we watch the same thing there, Leon.
Well,
all right. So I'm going to give you my main topic.
We went to the same mosque.
There.
Two-way mosque.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to start out because I hope that Gumshoe listens to this, but I doubt it. But anyway,
he doesn't.
You know, he hates the NRA so bad he can't even acknowledge things when it happens and when it happens for the good. And it just kind of it pisses me off because you know what? It's fine to have your opinion, but when you actually have things that are real and they're factual, come on, you got to acknowledge that. And he hates Trump too, just like Dustin does. Dustin evidently has a hard-on for him every Wednesday on KFYR.
Well, on his Facebook page too, he's always he's got a bunch of liberals and ball gargling him on there all the time. So
Dustin, you can suck it, because right here I got one for you. Now, as we remember, President Trump was campaigning on that, and this was a quote for him. He said, "Every single Biden attack on gun owners and manufacturers will be terminated on my very first week back in office, perhaps my first day." Now, it didn't happen quite that quick, understandably, but he did a lot of things in the first week. He had pledged to an on its feet approval roaring crowd and blah, blah, blah. He also attended the NRA's presidential forum, and he did that at the Great American Outdoor Show. So I want to read this. So February 7th. So how far out is that from his inauguration?
Not even a month, 3 weeks.
Right. I mean, it was the.
There was also, Clay, real quick. I won't step on your call here, but Gun Owners of America was already pissing and moaning, wasn't doing nothing. So that's why I'm not a fan of Gun Owners of America. You guys are a bunch of whiny bitches. If everything doesn't go your way, you piss and moan that everything's going south and Trump's an anti-gunner. So,
well, it's just as bad as Schumer today coming out saying, "See, Trump ain't delivering on his promises. The economy has not turned around." Really? So February 7th, which is 3 weeks approximately after he took office, right? He signed the executive order action titled Protecting Second Amendment Rights. I love how he starts it out. I actually printed it out because I wanted to see exactly what it said. Perfect. Section 1, purpose. The Second Amendment is an indispensable safeguard of security and liberty. It has preserved the right of the American people to protect themselves, our families, and our freedoms since the founding of our great nation. Because it is foundational to maintaining all other rights held by Americans, the right to keep and bear arms must not be infringed. We start out every show talking about the infringement and how it should be. Mm-hmm. So, you know what, guys? You can talk all the trash you want, but Trump, again, fulfilled what he said he was going to do. So now, what exactly is the protecting, what was it called again here? The Protecting Second Amendment Rights Executive Order. It's right off their website. I just read you the first one. The second one was a plan of action. Within 30 days of the date of this order, my attorney general shall examine all orders, regulations, guidance.
She's an anti-gunner.
Oh, yeah, big anti-gunner. International agreements and other actions of executive departments and agencies to assess any ongoing infringements of the Second Amendment rights of our citizens. I like how he puts this. It sounds lengthy and detailed, but he's really pointing out the fact that this is a right. What's the deal?
Dougie's comment here. It's an eggplant. It means
eggplant. You know what that is.
He's getting His D is enjoying it.
But you know, if it turns purple like that, you might want to get that checked if it's turning purple. But anyway,
just so swelled up, man.
But that's, you know, when you read what he does and the way he writes it, this is. I don't think somebody really. They might have checked it over, but these are. I feel Trump's words because I've watched enough of his rallies. That's how he talks. He's always referring to the people. He's always referring that it's your rights, and he's here to, standing in their way. And this is just another way that he's talking about it. Well, he also puts on there, and he wants to have a plan proposed of action to the president through the domestic policy advisor to protect. He doesn't just say do this. He says its intent is to protect the Second Amendment rights of all Americans. Bam. I mean, that's just the first two paragraphs of this thing. He goes
Shots
on
fired
about
at every town and Brady,
absolutely.
Right?
Oh yeah,
Brady,
they were going ape shit about it.
Giffords, all of them. I mean, he just basically, they're freaking out, and you know, it's so funny to watch liberals. I remember Rush Limbaugh talking about how, everyone thinks it's bad when we got control. He goes, no, he says, I got more material when liberals are out of power because they lose their mind. Well, they really do.
Well, one of the aforementioned NRA haters posted that, that just means Trump's a weak flip-flopping politician, which I would have loved to went back in their history and seen how big a Second Amendment advocates some of these people. I've admitted on this show, Clay, when I was younger, even into my 20s, probably I wasn't what I was now.
Right,
Trump, Clay and I did a whole show about Trump never grew up a freaking gun guy, man. He
was a
freaking businessman, and his boys got into it. Even his first term, I knew he wasn't well, to quote Kendrick, he ain't like us there when he first did his first term, and now he realized how shit goes. So
You did not just do that.
I don't got bell bottoms on, but
I'll put it to you this way with Trump. Trump has had he has had a switch.
100%.
But like the anti-NRA guys,
oh God, you're chugging Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I used to be a Democrat, believe it or not, and I was mistaken.
Yeah, you can't trust
Look at
Clay.
Leon. Leon's like, what the hell? But I'm obviously not a Democrat or commie, which are one and the same anymore.
I was just gonna say, but I digress.
Yes,
I got the Reds there.
Unfortunately, I voted for Clinton even in the first. I was 18 years old. I come from a family of Democrats, so you know what the influences were. But then guess what?
Big government is over. I'll give him credit for saying that, but that's about it.
I started reading. I started looking at things, and it didn't take me long. nice Bill impression there.
Bill there. Clay caught that. All right.
But I do no longer. I haven't voted for a Democrat in years because there's none worth voting for.
No.
And the party has went. If you read their new DNC platform that they just had, which by the way, if you didn't watch that whole thing, I had to. I had to look away once in a while, but I had to go watch their actual live coverage. That party's dead.
Oh,
yeah.
That party, they don't even know what to do.
They didn't learn anything from the election, man.
And they're a bunch of freaks,
Good,
man.
and I'm glad.
Yes.
Double down.
Double down on them.
Like the black dudes that I know that we have argued for 10 years, and they've been hardcore Democrat. I don't understand how you're a Republican, racist, KKK, whatever. And I'm like, so now, yeah, proud boy, proudly proud boy. But these guys now, they're like, dude, yeah, you were right.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate. Right, so that's the same thing with Trump. When you're still going to kick him in the nuts and say he didn't, he learned he learned it, man.
Yep.
And
that's where I was going with that. Trump, remember Jamie? You met me when we knew each other, but when we were talking about that first time, I was a Ted Cruz guy.
Oh yeah,
because I love Ted Cruz, but you were a Trump guy.
Yep.
And you know what? I was not. I wouldn't say I was a never Trumper, but I sure had my. I was very skeptical of the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the appeal. Like
I didn't either
just,
at that time.
I did not like the guy. I never got it.
Like Trump's not a guy I'm going to hang out with and be like, hey man, he doesn't drink anyway, so you.
I'd hang out with him. That's a wild time. You think those midgets and Velcro is wild? I think.
I don't want any Russian chicks freaking taking a whiz on my bed. But,
oh, geez. But I tell you this, I would hang out with Trump, but it'd probably be my biggest problem is I would have so many questions for him of things that I know he has knowledge of, and I'd hate to be overbearing, so I probably wouldn't say what I really want because I have a million questions for that guy. That guy
I just like how he punches stupidity in the face and gets shit done. That's what I liked about him. I'm like,
and he's doing it. That's
right.
Just it. He's doing it. He's following up. Promises made, promises kept. I mean, even when you look at this, like this one here, I love this part of it. Part I of Section 2. All presidential and agencies' actions from January 2021 through January 2025 that purport to promote safety but may have infringed on Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. He wants those looked at to make sure they're not infringing.
Kiss him goodbye.
I mean,
kiss him goodbye every time for confiscation.
Well, he's calling out Biden right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he absolutely is. And then, of course, he got rid of the...
Biden's unelected officials he's calling out.
Oh,
Biden,
yeah. Well, how about the... I love this.
That
he got rid of
took
this.
there, right?
I noticed it. Yes, okay. I did. But he wants all the related documents issued by the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Remember?
Torture.
One of his executive actions got rid of that because that was not part of the safer... Whatever the stupid act I call it, the bipartisan for safer communities.
Unsafer Communities Act is my favorite name you gave it.
I mean, think about that. They did not say you had to do it. It said you could do it, and then he got rid of it. So
he got rid of that office.
Yes,
did he get rid of? Okay.
So there's the act. You can see everything that it is. Go to whitehouse.gov, and you can see this. It's front and center right now. it says it's a big heading about the Second Amendment, and I love it because it's promises made and promises kept. I even like when I looked at Ammo Land, let's face it, Jamie, when you look at them guys, they're not always with us, right?
No, it kind of pissed me off sometimes, actually, but I go there anyway because they got good news.
They do have good news, and we use a lot of it, but I'm telling you right now, Trump is on this. It was the next thing on his list. He got to it on February 7th. Yeah. I mean, the guy's been a bit busy since
he promised.
Since what?
I think when
2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the White House here, about 3 weeks ago. You just think about it. He's only been there about 4 weeks, not even yet. It's not even been a month yet, and look what's happened.
Hey, and if you're in California, your eggs cost $10, freaking.
Well, Biden murdered all the chickens.
We didn't kill all our freaking chickens, man.
Right, Leon. That's exactly right. They slaughtered how many tens of thousands of
chickens? Millions. No, not tens of thousands.
Millions.
Millions.
I mean,
and think about
who gave the order for that? Uncle Mummy did.
Yeah. Weekend at Bernie's.
It's just like USDA giving out. This is pissing me off, and hopefully Trump's going to get around to this because I just found out that. So in the beef industry, we raise replacement heifers. Basically they're going to replace our cows at some point. Well, we always give them a bangs vaccination. And that was always done with a metal clip. Don't worry about the word bangs.
Country boys.
But anyway.
The city guys would come out there, they didn't have any action in a while. Anyway, yeah.
They'll put them in their ear and they get a tattoo and then get the vaccination and then turn them out. Well, now they have mandated, and you'll love this. I found out it used to be anything under 18 months of age didn't have to do this. Now you do. You have to use the low frequency radio IED, which is a low radio frequency thing for identification. So they say you have to be within 3 foot of it. I don't know that, but I need to send one to Leon so he can tell me how to make it inactive when it's in my.
Well, he can tell you how far 3 feet is.
Well, I don't believe it only goes 3 feet. That's what the government says. So, yeah, I know what you're saying there. I caught that, too.
Yeah, if it's an RFID, oh, yeah.
I love how Clay catches on that shit.
I've known you a while. 3 foot, that's nothing. We're still going to have plenty there to measure with. But anyway, I'm telling you right now.
Dexter St. Jock. Yeah, we just talk.
Don't trip. Yeah. I'm pretty pissed off about it. I found out that they did it on November 5th, the night of the election. That's when the rogue USDA's agency went out, and it just used to be a voluntary thing. Then they mandated it. Mandates are not law, and I can't understand why on earth they're treated that way.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that in the list of things we've raised some hell about this. I know North Dakota Farm Bureau's gotten involved. A lot of egg organizations have. And hopefully we can get that reversed because there's no need for it. It's an extra expense. They're not cheap, and the others work just fine. They say it's for the safety of the herd. It's a bunch of bunk because anytime we had
for the NDSU,
what's that?
The safety of NDSU.
Yeah, safety of NDSU. I'm telling you right now.
The herd, man. You said the herd.
The herd. Oh, see, I don't follow the sports thing, so yeah, okay.
You went there, Clay.
I know I did, but it doesn't mean I watch the sports.
Dougie says he was Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, DJT in that order.
Yeah, well, I liked Rand Paul as well. I liked his dad, Ron.
Listen,
they were all
down
great.
At the end of the stage, Rand, you're gonna fall off. Your energy's falling off so low that you're gonna fall off the end of the stage.
I do
like Rand Paul.
So anyway, getting back, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Rogue agencies like the ATF are going to be reeled in. I hope the USDA is going to be reeled in. I'm telling you, when you go out to Washington, D.C., and you see 5 city blocks, I don't know, if any of you guys have been out there, city blocks are huge. They ain't like the ones you see in town. 5 of them.
They're like the ones
buildings.
in Vegas. You're like,
yes,
it's right over
exactly.
there, and you walk for freaking 3 hours.
5 blocks. That is the Department of Ag, and they're 4- and 5-story buildings, 5 blocks. So I hope Doge gets around to them because we need to clean out stuff there quickly.
Oh, yeah.
ATF, I imagine, when Cash gets in there as the FBI. And now we've got Pam Bondi in there.
Y'all got any of those $100,000 a year Doge jobs?
Yeah, I'll take it right now.
Hey, huge David, balls. I'm the wrong religion for that type of crap.
All right.
Tell you what,
that was one of my big ones. I wanted everybody to know that Trump has followed through quit bashing him, you stupid sons of bitches. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're looking
No,
for a
you're good.
freaking headline.
Love it, Clay. Some of them you're never going to please, Clay, and that's
No.
screw them, because you know what? They're going to reap the goddamn benefits of it. I always say that about Democrats. They piss and moan right now. They got nothing to lose. When a Democrat's in there, we got shit to lose. Our rights. They got nothing to lose. All they do is gain, but they still piss and moan because they want power to step on your freaking beanbag.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, all right. On to you. Who's got the next one?
All right. Well, hey, we're done with that. I tell you what. Let's go straight into mag dump. You got some with a machine gun on there you want to play?
I don't. Let's see.
Holy shit.
Clay,
we can
you're
put the highlight of
slacking.
me bouncing tracers off for the mag dump.
Put a binary on there.
I don't know. The damn machine ain't working here.
All right.
What the hell? Now, see, my machine's broke.
If you're new to the mag dump, it's just Clay's. We each got some talk. I actually got two. These guys got one. It's a short article about something we want to talk about, so we don't get into a big discussion. Try and keep the show relatively short. But my first mag dump, Clay, comes to us here from guns.com. Oh boy. Remember we had the million guns a month thing going, right? When Trump got in, gun sales were going to slump, and that was going to be the end of shit, and nobody was going to buy guns anymore. Well, getting 2025 off to a good start. I mean, when DJT got, it was you can't get much better start than that. January, boys, was the 5th highest January on record in terms of federal background checks for gun transfers since the Federal Bureau of Investigation's National Instant Check Background System was established 20 years ago.
Awesome.
So we're top 5 in a time when Trump was elected in November. So the slump should have been there already, right? We're safe. We're safe. We don't have to worry about guns. Yeah, no. So here's the actual numbers. So numbers for last month were adjusted by the NSF, National Shooting Sports Foundation, to remove gun permit checks and rechecks. The adjusted figure stands at 1,207,557, which is 1% higher than January of 2024, which was 1,197,294. So we took out last year when everybody was panic buying. Nobody's going to buy them under Trump, but we did. Further, my friends, February 2025 is the 66th month in a row for 1 million gun sales per month. And I was supposed to go bye-bye too, right, Clay?
Yes, it was.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah.
Here it is. Yep. That's great.
Do I think it's going to drop? I think it's going to drop at some point a little bit, but there's so many innovations and different things coming up, which I got another. When you guys are done, I got one more here for you. Another innovation that's going to come up that might interest some people. But I mean, different kind of guns, and you know, if you buy guns, you never get sick of buying guns because they're always making new kind of guns and new kind of chamberings and accessories. Right.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I helped contribute to that here in January, so I'm proud to say that I made a purchase or 10. And so it's been great.
Well, that's my first mag dump. I'm going to load another one up.
You're going to load another one. Oh, no, he has a mag. Nix him off of YouTube. All right. So I have one. And it's kind of what you and I were talking about, or us when we were right before we got going. FOID. Remember what the Illinois FOID card is?
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, that's a firearms owner identification card.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, that's a common sense gun law.
Government's got to know who's owning guns, man.
And, Illinois is not exactly a great state to live in anyway. Circuit Court judge in Illinois, he struck down the state's requirement to have a FOID card to possess a firearm in the home for personal protection in a case supported by the Second Amendment Foundation and the Illinois State Rifle Association. So if you don't know what this
for Illinois.
Yeah. If you don't know what this one was, there's the state of Illinois versus Vivian Claudine. You got to love it. A lady brought this case, so that's even better yet. Ms. Brown, she was represented by attorney David Seigel of Lombard, Illinois. And if I remember right, he's actually part of the Second Amendment Foundation. Now, Second Amendment Foundation has been stellar, haven't they?
Good news. The NRA works with them all the time, too.
All the time. And that's what they do. So NRA, ILA works mostly on legislation. That is what they truly do. The Second Amendment Foundation, their primary thing is court cases. They love doing this, and that's where their money goes. So,
Clay, real quick, I just heard the guy from NRILA, the new guy on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk Sunday. Frickin' dude is awesome.
Good to hear that.
Like super real gun dude, not a phony. Not that the guy before him was. I don't know if he was or not, but this guy definitely was, and he definitely was bashing like the old guard at the NRA, saying turning shit over. They're rolling members back up. They're getting shit going. They're doing court cases now because they were usually a legislative deal, but they were involved in brewing financially. But yeah, NRA-ILA, the new head of the NRA, the guy took over Uncle Wayne. NRA's coming back hard.
I'm telling you, they've turned that corner. I don't know if you voted, but I did. I got my ballots in already.
Yeah, you tell everybody real quick about what you talked about on Todd's show last week there.
Get your NRA magazine. Your ballot should be in there. If you're a 5-year or longer member, or if you're a life member and on up, you can vote as a member of the NRA for the board of directors. They're wanting to put in the new slate. They're listed there. You can see them there, and not the ones that the executive committees have put forward.
What's that website again? I know there was a website for all the reformer candidates. I couldn't remember it off the top of my head.
I can't either.
For all establishment guys, JD. Yeah, that's right. Keep them in there.
Just give me 1 minute. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, I'll get some comments here while you're doing that.
Yeah, go for it.
Dave says those January numbers are why the commies, Democrats, didn't try anything again. Just saying. Exactly, Dave. That's part of it, man. They know we were riled up and got tired of getting butt hammered in the last election. And Doug says didn't even add. He said didn't even add to that stat. He said that stat, which means Dougie's saying he didn't buy any guns to add to it, and they still got 1 million. Over 1 million. 5th highest ever in 20 years.
That's awesome. Just give me a minute.
I can't remember if I added to that or not. Not in January I didn't, but the last year, and it wasn't because of panic buying. I'm to the point, I don't know about you, Leon, I'm to the point where a couple more guns that I really want, but I'm more about stacking freaking ammo now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Gotta have, that's my precious metals, man.
Yeah, I'm always like, if I got about $5,000 of God's cartridge on hand, I'm good, because if I get through that, I've been in some serious firefights, and I probably procured a few more. If I go through 5,000 rounds,
it's a lost cause.
Yeah. Well, remember on Walking Dead, that whole roof with all the 308 brass they found? It was like a foot deep up there. That military.
Well, those dudes are dead, so
yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, there it is, guys. electnewNRA.com.
Hold on, say it again, Clay. It didn't come.
Yeah, elect new NRA.
Elect a new NRA.com.
You can read it right there, and it's going
to call it for the people on the podcast here, because we do get a lot of podcast listeners.
We are NRA 2.0, and I love the fact that they're doing that. And then
Clubber Lang.
What's really cool about it is I went there and took a look at the candidates. I'm happy to see. I know some of them.
There's like
Al Hammond.
40.
I think there's 20 some here. Maybe it's more than that. Let me look here. I know Al Hammond, and Al Hammond was a regional director when I was there. He was a Florida field rep when I got hired. Al is a solid guy. He's retired as well, like I am from the NRA. He'd be great to have on there because he saw the same things I saw that I didn't like. So it's great to see that. I love this one. Indiana's Rifle and Pistol Association. The president, Charles T. Hiltonoon III. I met him a couple times. Seems like a real solid guy, and I think he'd be great on there. I noticed
sounds like a dude who should come on Guns in the 701.
Need to get him on there, don't we? Jason Wilson. He's with Lucid Optics. He started and is now started that. He's the CEO of that. He's based out of Riverton, Wyoming. He was a volunteer for years in the Riverton, Wyoming Friends of NRA, and he moved up in the ranks as well. I know that he'd be a fantastic board member. Jim Porter actually came to our Williston Friends of NRA because he always did some pheasant hunting that time of the year.
No shit.
So got to know
James
him.
Porter, I remember because he used to be like I remember that guy. He was in Bismarck because I remember my buddy Brad said he was at the place on Main Street here. He met him.
he actually came to the Mandan event. Remember that?
Yeah, he said it's awesome. He said awesome guy. And I mean, my buddy Brad's
Yes.
like more of a hunter than a gun owner. I mean, 100% pro Second Amendment. But he said that guy was freaking awesome.
He's a down to earth guy, and I mean, he's going to make a great board member. Philip Gray. So Philip Gray took over after they canned
There you
Kyle
go,
Weaver.
Gray man, Philip Gray. That's your guy.
So he was a retired NRA general manager for the entire, basically Friends of NRA, anything that had to do with the day-to-day workings. And Philip, I'm telling you, he's with us. He was from Ohio. Bees. He loved bees, so he had big beehives. That was his pastime. So
I like honey.
I love honey.
We got what is it, the 17B or 22B or whatever it is, that cartridge too? So no, I'm not getting on that goddamn road.
So yeah, no shit. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's like 15, 16, 20. I'm just looking 24. There's 28. Yep, 28 new of them. And them are the guys you want. I'm telling you, these are the guys you're going to want. And let me give a quick, we kind of went down a road.
What's 28? How many board members they got, Clay? Because they do got a lot.
Shit. Well, they're going to cut them back from what I understand. There's a actual new a thing to the bylaws.
I've heard Anthony Calandro many times on Kama Company. That guy's freaking awesome.
But here they all are. So you can kind of recognize them when you see them on your ballots and in your magazine. These are the 28 guys you're going to want. I'm telling you, they really are the guys you're going to want.
Hold on here. Go back up. James, what was that? Go back. James, that's Marty Beard in disguise.
Jim Shekels? That is kind of funny.
I'll say that because you got a huge
this one
beard
here,
like
this
Marty.
is Jason Wilson. I'm telling you. Well, Jason's the one I called, Jamie, from your dad's place.
Yeah, he got the scope.
When we had a scope problem.
That's right.
So.
Yep.
This
Knox
is
Williams is awesome because Knox, he's American Suppressor Association. He's awesome.
Yes. Yep. Right here.
I mean, he looks like a kind of a, like a not a very aggressive guy, but he gets shit done.
He looks like a thinner Brett Wieland. But,
he does.
Oh, sorry, Brett.
Actually, he does actually look like that. Yeah.
There's a lot of great guys on here. They truly are. And they're normal guys. I mean,
got some women on here too, man.
Yeah, Teresa Inacker. She's a licensed attorney.
He used to follow our old Facebook page there.
Did he?
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
he did. Yeah.
He's a current board member, and he's one of them guys that's been trying to make a lot of different changes within the board.
So Todd Vanderhyde too. I've heard him on cam. He looks nothing like his voice sounds. I pictured him as like a younger guy, and he.
Yep. And I can't remember I know they have some bylaws that, and one of them I believe is to reduce that board, which I think they need to do.
Straight laws.
Straight laws. Damn.
Sorry, man.
Anyway, getting back to the mag dump, it was a 15-page decision, White County resident. And this is what I love about this 15-page decision on this case in Illinois. So it isn't exactly vague. And Circuit Judge T. Scott Webb, he said the defendant's possession of a .22 caliber rifle within the confines of her home, even without a valid FOID card, falls squarely within the protections afforded by the Second Amendment. I can read the rest of it. This stuff you probably pretty much know. It's like, rah, thank you. We're glad it happened. So I went and actually clicked on the case. You know what was cited in there? What do you think was cited in there, Jamie?
Bruin? The judges that Trump appointed, that anti-gun.
That would be it.
Trump?
And historical use was also put in there. That was actually mentioned during the case. So, remember when Bruin came out? I said it's gonna be a change.
Trump didn't even pick those.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing. Anyway, that's my mag dump.
The only one he didn't pick was the AC Amy Coney Barrett.
That's 2 mag dumps because I did the NRA board and then I did this. So.
All right, so Leon, I'm going to get to the comments here real quick, and then we're going to get to Leon's. Josh says, stacking silver and ammo. A few more guns I want and would love to have, but they are just wants being I got what I. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm looking at some. Hey, Leon.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Like I have also throwaway guns, and I bought them in bulk. I'll send you a link actually. A 9mm Stogers
that
I got.
Like a good one for Saturday right there. Throwaway.
There you
guns.
go. Yeah.
But what I'm the point I want to make is they're not to use. They're for trade and barter when everything
Roger
hits
that.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. And so speaking of ammo, man, I got some. You got an update on some 22 ammo. 22 ammo for 22. You carrying that's bullshit for. Hey, I heard a guy from Federal today in CCI. Axe and I have tested the Federal punch. The uppercut comes out, man. I'm thinking about getting me some 22 to carry. I mean, not instead of my 9, but as well, because this thing's freaking badass. You're going to tune in Saturday at 7 p.m. Leon and I are going to talk about that. Anyway, more comments. I hope Trump brings back Russian ammo sales. Dougie, that's actually one of the things they're talking about, him reversing. Biden banned that, so you can't buy a Wolf from Barnell. Doug hates that because his name is Wolf. But
yeah, I got to throw this out here, everybody. We're 2 people away on the normal count, and we've got that already on the other. So, but from being at 100 viewers tonight, so
if you're sitting on the couch watching this on your phone, tell your wife to click on.
Yeah,
for
tell
a
her
second.
to click in there and help us out. We'll hit that 100 mark.
Brian says
100-pound balls, right?
Right. Get 100 for Leon right here. We already passed mine a long time ago. Brian says if you go through 5,000 rounds and are still standing, there should be firearms and ammo laying all over the place to backfill.
That's right.
Exactly, my fellow MV. That's exactly my point.
Well, what have I always said, Jamie? I have the calibers that our military has, both friend and foe, right? And there's a reason.
You get your AR, either get a 223 Wild or a 5.56, and you get a 308, or you get a 7.62 by 51, and
you have to have a Colt. You have to have a 45 in 1911.
If you 9mm for sure. I mean,
you have a 9mm and a 45.
I mean, Mr. Worldwide, right
40.
there.
Continuity of ammo is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you're a 308 AR guy like Leon is not, I got something for you Saturday night too that you will definitely appreciate. So 218, that's what Eric. My last one I was going to get to before we get Leon to his mag dump. 218B, JD. Thank you, Eric. That is exactly what I was thinking of. That sucker will sting you.
Boom.
Sting you.
And you'll probably be allergic to it, which you know what happens when you're allergic to bee stings. You choke out and hit the floor.
Well,
that sounds like something Crete Levine would say.
Yeah,
I
like that Creed Levine. He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
All right, Leon, what do you got for us for mag dump, brother?
Well, so a federal court declares machine gun ban unconstitutional. Think about that.
Yes, they
Major ruling out of the Southern District of Mississippi. Judge Carlton Reeves has struck down the federal machine gun ban as unconstitutional under the Second Amendment. The case, the United States versus Brown, follows a framework established by the Supreme Court in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, which requires gun laws to be justified by historical tradition. So this guy, he comes before the judge. The crux of the case is this guy argued that machine guns are not rare.
Right, because he got caught with one, right? That's what happened.
Right. But the fact of the matter is, now they're not. There's like 700,000.
Right. Yeah, 700 something between 700 and 800,000
that are possessed now. Yes.
Yeah. Said they're common, man. That's anything 700,000 is common.
Yeah. So the Supreme Court has said what they have said about machine guns is there's ample language in the Supreme Court decisions, both before and after Bruin, that suggests that machine guns do not receive Second Amendment protection. And District of Columbia versus Heller, the Supreme Court reaffirmed the longstanding doctrine that the Second Amendment does not protect dangerous and unusual weapons. The court traced this doctrine back to the English common law. We kicked those guys to the curb, so why are we still going there? But the fact of the matter is, like, what we should take away from this is machine guns are no longer like unusual weapons.
Right.
And as I have posited from day one, the Second Amendment protects us. Like, we should be able to have dangerous weapons. I posit that I should be able to have a M1 Abrams on my front yard if I can pony up the coinage to get it.
Well, it doesn't say the right of the people to keep and bear arms except unusual and dangerous ones, because the British found out that a single-shot musket is dangerous AF.
Yeah, and a patriot frame of mind.
Right
there.
With the bayonet on the end is even.
Think about a blunderbuss.
Run him through.
Have you ever seen a blunderbuss? And
Oh
what that
yeah,
thing will do?
blunderbuss.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
multiple shot, freaking yeah. Was it 8 or 16 at a time? Just woof.
And you think about the circular logic behind the federal ban and the ATF and all those idiots. Machine guns are rare because of federal bans enacted during the 20th century. Circle around because they are rare. The government argues they can be banned. Circle around because they are banned. They remain rare.
I actually, when I was in junior high and part of my high school years in Bardee Estates, east of Bismarck, a guy, our neighbor's name was Butch. I don't remember his name, but he had a Jeep and he had a freaking cannon that he towed around, and he had a freaking M6. It was a 20-inch barreled M16, full automatic, and they'd go over there and we'd bomb fires and get, the older adults were sucking beers, and Butch would bust out. In the afternoon, he'd blow the cannon off, and at night, he just had a target, a berm there, and he'd freaking drop in I don't remember, 20 or 30 rounder, and he just let it fly with that, and everybody freaking cheer. We loved it. It was freaking great, man. It was freedom coming out of there.
Freedom.
Oh yeah.
The good part about this is this happened last week. The next step is it goes to the Fifth Circuit, which is the most conservative federal appellate court in the country.
Hold on a minute,
so
Leon. The most constitutional. It's not a conservatism, it's constitutionalist.
Well, there's some synonymous, right?
Right, but I'm just saying.
Go with me here, man.
I know.
Like prom night. Just come on. Come on.
Don't worry, a few more of these and the knickers will drop, man.
But yeah, so when I saw this, it's a Southern boy, and my second in the ammo dump is another Southern boy, and it's all about 2A and freedom. So
let's work that right into your other one there, where you're from there and where this judge is from.
Well, this judge here, what was his name again? Judge Carlton Reeves. He's from Mississippi.
Carlton.
Yeah.
I can't even do the Carlton. That's so stiff white guy.
Let me get a couple shots of scotch in me. I'll get it down. But yeah, so he's from Mississippi, a good old boy, which is a good thing. Now the second one is and I don't know how you feel about this, yay or nay, but suppressors are not covered under the Second Amendment. The case is the United States versus Peterson. He's George Peterson. Oof! What did I step on a toe or something?
No, it's spelled wrong. Anyway, it's just a T.
Right.
You
Peterson.
don't even know how to spell it right.
So this George Peterson, the owner of PDW Solutions LLC, Louisiana Federal Firearms License, gun shop, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosive, claimed that he was selling firearms without running background checks because he is an actual good old boy, and we don't do certain things. I'm just saying.
Oh shit! There he is.
So, just like the feds are wont to do, they busted down his door, slapped his grandma, kicked the toddler down the stairs because they're evil bastards. And they found a homemade, unregistered silencer in his bedroom closet.
What the hell?
So, yeah, so they charged him with a felony for violating the National Firearms Act of 1934. Peterson asked the judge to dismiss the case at the district court level because the NFA burdened his Second Amendment protected rights. He asked the courts to suppress the evidence because he claimed that the search of his home violated his Fourth Amendment protected rights, which I do agree with.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a whole nother discussion.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But the district court denied his request to dismiss the case and suppress the evidence. He would reach a deal with the court to plead guilty while reserving his right to appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. He was sentenced to 24 months in prison, but immediately appealed to a higher court. Now, a panel of 3 judges took up the case, heard the arguments. Mr. Peterson claimed that the NFA was unconstitutional. Suppressors are protected arms. Lawyers for the ATF claimed that suppressors are not arms at all. They said they were accessories.
We
That's
win either way
because-
on this, Leon. We win either way.
They said that they do not launch bullets. That's what the
Which they don't.
Dissenters say they don't launch bullets, so they can't say.
So why does the ATF have any say over suppressors?
Well,
Like,
my freaking sights don't launch freaking bullets either. So
yeah, you could pick up a ammo mag and chuck it at someone.
well, you can have an AR-15, just not the freaking magazine that goes in. What if
Gotta
it's a
remember,
bolt
Leon,
action?
the only reason suppressors are even included in that is because it was interpreted. Because the movies made suppressors seem like they're these dangerous things, right? Because they make everything silent. Well,
It's ear protection. That's what it
Ear
is.
I mean, if you shoot a subsonic, it's quiet. But in that case, I'll just be like, do it, whack, and I'll just smack it out of the way. It's so goddamn slow.
So I have to put this out here with the website and Rumble and the other viewership that we can see in our counter. We're at about 105 tonight.
I mean, when you put Carlton up there, man, it jumped.
It jumped, yeah.
Everybody loves Carlton.
Did you love that? I was quick on that, wasn't I?
That was pretty cool.
What's funny is actually I think now Carlton's like more of a right winger, and Will Smith.
Yeah, he's conservative, and Will Smith is a homosexual.
Right. What kills me is that Will Smith's like all gun handy now. It's because
did he really come out as a gay?
Well, his wife was pimping him,
Yeah.
Did they split
she
up?
She pimped him, and then whoever came over, she was like, all right, brought a few
Jesus.
friends, huh?
Jada, was that her name?
Still is her name.
She had like
her name.
bald head and shit.
Did you see the way she looked at him at that when he pimp slapped Chris Rock?
Wow, I'm just like, Chris Rock just come back with one right on his beak and it's over, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he put up with it. Should have freaking smoked.
Well, Chris Rock is a crackhead and he weighs 100 pounds soaking wet. So
he got knocked back. He was like the Matrix when he got hit. He like bent back.
You know what sucks about the whole thing?
Wow, man!
I actually enjoyed Will Smith's movies. Most of them. I mean, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah,
but
we saved the world like 20 times in the 90s.
you don't sit on a podcast and have your wife ask you, "How do you feel about me having sex with my son's friend in our bedroom?" And you just sit there like, wait, what? No,
yeah, I didn't hear that one.
Dougie says, "Shots fired! Shots fired!"
Shots fired. Yeah. Will Smith, he used to. I love the dude, and then he fell prey to that whole Hollywood thing, man.
Yeah, he did.
It's an ugly business. Yeah. I would never put my kid. If someone offered me $5 million to have Eli star in a movie, I'd say no, thank you, you pedophile.
Yep, absolutely. Kevin says a suppressor just makes you shoot without your protection. There are no.
Right.
They are no mean. They're not quiet. You're absolutely. There's no means they're not quiet. And Kevin's out. Hey, Kevin, we got to give you a big thank you. We gave you a lot of crap about Pennsylvania always going wrong. It delivered this year. It delivered.
Yeah, it did.
President
Big
Trump
time.
in November.
I mean, like pretty much a sweep if you go by state elections.
Yep, absolutely.
Kick
So yeah,
ass, man. Well, the long-haired dude, the long-haired gay guy, is a Republican. I was really out there busting his
Scott
ass.
Pressler. Scott Pressler. Yep. So I'll give you this here on the suppressor thing. This is going to be a big thing because it's going to be a precedent that's set now in a lower court. It could be kicked back down, but I doubt it. I doubt the Department of Justice is going to challenge this at all. Not with our new Department of Justice. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. The only way this is going to be appealed now is if it's a group like Everytown or something like that. I hope they do take it. Let's take this to the Supreme Court.
Everytown for what?
Gun confiscation.
There you go.
Let's do this. I want them to, let's party just like in Young.
That's why I got it. That's why it's in my ammo dump. I want this fight, man.
And this is a good case.
Absolutely, 100%.
This is a great case. So which way are they going to go? Is it a regulated item or is it not? Is it a gun or isn't? Because it's now been declared they're not guns. So why is it regulated?
And then you got the whole.
And we're going to have decisions too.
And we also have the Glock switch
Yep, Glock
those are going to be coming up. I was and I didn't like print this off or anything, but a case
switch.
Yeah, a case where a guy had a Glock. Wait, what? I got a 3D printer, dude.
Hey, let's fire that bad boy up.
That's for the gangsters in H-Town. Go on, Leon.
Yeah, a Glick. Yeah, I see those idiots, and I'm like, oh. But a guy got caught with a Glock switch, and he's going like behind the Heller case and this case. He wants it thrown out because it is basically a machine gun, and since they are not like following that ruling, if he takes that to the Supreme Court or the what is it, the Fifth Circuit, and it's like, and they rule in the affirmative, then that guy's like, you know what? Let me go.
Yeah.
Which is correct. I mean, I don't like Glock switches. I think that the inner cities in Chicago look enough like Swiss cheese without the,
I'll put it to you this way. I think a Glock switch is just like the bump stock. It's a niche thing. It's fun to shoot. Yep. It's not practical.
Give me a binary. I don't
binary,
understand.
Way better.
I don't get many ideas. They miss good enough with the handgun.
Yeah. I had never. I'm going to tell you the truth. I had never even heard of a bump stock before the Las Vegas thing. I had never even heard of it. And then when I saw it, I'm like, who would buy that thing?
I have one.
I didn't buy it. I shot him, and I'm like, I'm not blowing through 20 rounds in 3 seconds. It was fun. Don't get me wrong.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
And we're safe now because they are no longer illegal.
I mean, the Glock switch. If there's a mom in Chicago and she's got three kids in her and some shithead kicks the door, and I mean, I do want her to have a Glock switch and just rise up.
So it should be your choice.
I've never shot
privates to the skull, just right through him.
Zip him up.
I've never shot one with a Glock switch, but I can tell you right now, I have shot a fully automatic Glock. And if it's even anything close to that, you can't control it anyway. So it's just another one of them niche items
for sure. I mean, I've seen people do it. So.
Unless I break a law with a Glock switch, why it shouldn't be illegal? Yeah, it shouldn't be illegal.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you know what's going to happen?
Craig, hey, our fellow Iowegian down there, Craig. Glad to have you on.
Hey, Craig, I seen they're trying to pass a law down there to make hunting a right, not just a.
Finally, it only took Iowa how many decades to?
I don't know if it passed. I just saw it like a week ago, Clay.
2 seconds.
Right on.
So Craig says, "Don't you think it's just another way for the ATF to make a lot more money?" It is at this point. They don't want to. They get a lot of revenue. Think about
it. If the ATF doesn't get flipped to our team, though.
It's right, exactly, and I think you're going to see that happen very, very quickly here. And yes, $200 per suppressor. Let's face it, it's $200.
That's the biggest bullshit out of all of it, Clay.
Absolutely.
Kevin says we got the Amish to vote in record. Oh yeah, the Amish are freaking hardcore there.
And they never voted. They never voted.
I always thought that too. Like, why the hell wouldn't the Amish vote for freaking Republicans? That blew my freaking mind.
They just didn't vote, and they voted this time. They understood that it does matter, and that was awesome to see that. Leon didn't go nowhere. I just took him out of the feed until he gets back here. So, well, I'll tell you what. Maybe it's a good time. Let's take a quick break, Jamie.
Let's do it.
And then we'll wrap this up. I really don't want to go 2 hours, but it looks like
we're probably going to get to because I got to do what's coming up on Mitchell in the morning, and we got to do a few hours.
Right.
So
well,
we're going to get right about 2 hours. Sorry, Clayton. Go ahead.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 701-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink.
All right, so we had this come in, and Dougie says, how much money does ATF make?
What are you?
That was Schwarzenegger. Yeah, the AK. I was feeling it wasn't as big, man.
So Dougie has...
there you go. You're closer, Lee. You got look at the forearms on that character.
Yeah. 4473.
I am what I am.
Well, I got to throw this out to you guys. 1.4 million suppressors were just, that's the first 6 months of 2024.
Wow.
At $200 a piece, that's $280 million.
That's bullshit.
That were taken in.
Where's Doji?
Yeah, and that was what they took in. So where'd that money go?
So Clay, do you think
and
that
goes
goes
just the first
towards
6 months of
Pittman Robinson?
What's that?
Does that go towards Pittman Robinson, or is that just straight to Schumer's pocket?
Well, you're going to have the $200 tax stamp, that comes in just to the
I'm hoping that
Treasury.
goes away.
And then you got the sale of the suppressor, so the tax that was collected on the suppressor, because they're included in
Jesus
that went
Christ.
to Pittman Robinson.
They're
That's a lot of dollars.
Our own money and then trying to take our freaking rights away with our own goddamn money.
Yep.
Doug says, does the government charge the gun shop for filing that form? I don't think they do. David, if you're still tuned in here, I don't believe FFL dealers have a charge. They charge you for the license. I think it's $750 for the license.
Yeah, but they charge you 25 to sometimes $50 per.
Well, yeah, and that's the maintain, especially your small guys. That's
shit, it's more than 50 now. Even when you go somewhere, if you don't buy it there, they put the hooks to you.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. Depend if they're a small dealer, then they don't do a lot of sales. $750 just to maintain the license. That's to maintain the license.
At the very minimum, if you've ever bought a suppressor, they should just say, all right, you've done your fucking due. You can buy any suppressor you want now without paying this stupid shit.
I want to see it eliminated, but I'd be even better.
Me too.
I'd be good with that too.
Hey, I'm so open-minded, man. I'll compromise with them.
Yeah, well, I hate compromise.
You look like an open-minded type guy.
That JD's a freaking good guy, man. He's willing to make deals, yo.
So I gotta quit. I gotta ask you. Do we want to do a happy ending chronicle, or should I send
Yes,
this
do
one
it,
to
Clayton, and then we're gonna talk about Friday and next week. And Leon.
So I'll give you a quick one. Texarkana, Arkansas.
I'll take your time. I like how you do these.
Okay. Well, Tuesday morning in Texarkana at the regional airport, an armed teenager. What? How did that guy get out of the airport?
Guns, though.
Yeah. Attempted to commandeer an aircraft, but was stopped by a legally armed pilot before the police took him into custody. So I thought that was a gun-free zone. I mean, don't them work? I thought those laws work.
Not unless you check it, right? And you're
Yeah.
certified.
So again, he just got on there, snuck in there. I don't know about you, but I've been to some even these small airports. It's pretty secure anymore. But so according to the Texarkana, I just like saying that, Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department, it occurred around 7:30 in the morning at Signature Aviation, a private service provider at the airport. They say the suspect, a teenager armed with both a rifle and a handgun. Whoa! Wait a second. You can't have a handgun under 21.
Wait a minute, what was the first one he had, Clay?
He had both a rifle and a handgun. Doesn't say what rifle.
Oh, I thought you said bolt action.
I did too.
Oh, no.
Sniper rifle. Okay,
Sniper rifle. And then he demanded access to the plane. The airport employees quickly recognized the threat and took decisive action. You know how they took decisive action? They retreated.
Oh,
the cowards
they retreated and then called 911. That was their decisive action.
Oh,
wow. Some real bona fide heroes right there. Anyway, law enforcement was en route. The teen made his way to the airfield. Well, gee, if they wouldn't have retreated, I bet you they could have took the guy. Where the private aircraft is stored, a pilot for a local
private
private
suit,
business.
man. Throw it at his head. That's all it takes.
Yeah. They spotted him. Acting swiftly, he drew his own firearm. He ordered the teen to the ground. The suspect complied. The pilot then disarmed him and held him until officers arrived moments later to take him into custody. He's facing multiple charges with aggravated assault, attempted aggravated robbery. Trying to commandeer an entire freaking aircraft is a little more than robbery. And
every time I heard you say Texarkana, all I could think about is East County bound.
You run over to Texarkana.
So I want the cops. Speaking of mag dumps, I just want the cops to walk up and mag dump this piece of shit when he's on the ground.
So due to his age, he was transferred to a juvenile detention center. He's also charged with first-degree terroristic threatening. That's a new one. And nothing's released because it was a juvenile. I couldn't get any more information on this. But, I thought of this. I was like, wow, a teenager. How many things? So all of these utopia gun laws that they want.
Yep.
Going under 21 can
one even made up you never heard of.
Yeah, you got to have an enhanced background check between 18 and 21, which I think you're going to see ending. You can't bring it on to a secured airport. You can't do all these things, but yet here we are. And so it's a happy ending because I think it points out the ludicrous side of the anti-gun movement, and it did end well. I hate to see a teenager. Hopefully, maybe this teenager isn't so far gone. I don't know his background. Hopefully he gets the help he needs because obviously he's out of his freaking mind. And maybe he'll turn out okay and they didn't kill him. So maybe that's a good thing, but we shall see.
Should happen, it's not going to happen, is what would happen if that was me back then. I would have got my ass kicked up and down.
Yeah,
beyond
no
belief.
shit. I guarantee you, if that was my son, well, I'd be like, where did I fail? And his ass is going to get kicked. Yeah.
My dad would be like, come here.
Yeah. And if you don't come here, if you make me chase you and catch you, it's going to be twice as bad.
Don't make me do it when I'm tired. So anyway, that is our happy ending chronicle.
Love it,
Jamie. So I thought that was a great new
love it, Clay. I always love how you do happen, especially when you're on Todd Mitchell's show on Friday, which Clay's not on tomorrow.
Nope.
I'm leading right into this. I'm filling in for Clay. I will be in studio with Todd, the radio god. 8:15 a.m. Central. I don't know if Todd and I are going to get to all these, but I'll give you guys a rundown. What I'm going to send Todd tomorrow. Mexico's president. There you go.
I only have that old one.
Just that one. We got to upload a new one there. Mexico's president claims Trump agreed to clamp down on guns smuggled into her country.
Really?
Well, we got Biden. We got Biden out, so that. And Obama is going to have.
Is it real, or did Trump agree to it? You'll have to tune in tomorrow at 8:15 to see.
You mean tune in on? You mean you're going to tune in on Friday?
Friday, my bad. Friday at 8:15 a.m. Central. 5:50 a.m. 5:50 a.m. 99.7 iHeart. We prefer you go on iHeart because then Todd knows how many people are listening.
Yep.
And mature buck harvest.
Ooh, I read that.
Hey, highest in the history nationwide, 2023-20. I found that hard to believe, but you'll find out. We'll see what they say about it. And Clay, I don't know if you heard about this one or Leon. you know what the shot heard around the world is, obviously, and I think most of the people listening and watching here do. But April's the 250th anniversary. A guy in Wyoming is trying to organize people from every state at the exact time it happened to launch your volley against the scumbag freaking red claws or lobster claws. What did we call them back then?
Lobster back.
Yeah,
Red coats.
I'm saying, Clay and Leon, we're doing this. I will take vacation just to freaking do this shit.
There we go.
There you go. Marty's boy there, Marty's grandson. They're my hero, Todd the radio guy. And Todd's got the Guns in the 701 hat on. I think
there.
I might have put that on there.
I might have put that on there, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to talk about that. 250 years, man.
That's awesome. We need to participate in that.
We are going to participate.
Yeah.
That's what I said. We will. I tell you right now, I'm taking time off from work. I will do this. And of course, Clay, I got a happy ending chronicle that's going to go right along with the shot around the world with a muzzleloader.
Oh, bingo. You
can't do nothing with those, GD. You need a semi-auto assault gun. Tune in Friday and find out. Todd's show.
All right. Sounds good. I'll be down the hill. So thanks, Jamie, for filling in. And I you know what, that segment on KFYR has become very popular, from what I understand. And we thank everybody.
You set a high standard, man. I gotta try and do it. I gotta try and step up to Clay's.
Yeah, well, I think you'll do just fine. I gotta say, I wasn't sure when we went to just one person with like me and Todd or you and Todd. I think it works a little better because you're not stepping over each other. Which So
Clay and I had this discussion, and I thoroughly enjoy listening to you and Todd talking about shit.
And Todd's, I hope Todd's listening. We got to get Todd on our show just because Todd's been really good to us. And honestly, Todd has really gotten into this since we started doing that with him. He brings his own stuff even sometimes. So.
Dougie wants to know what it costs to import a red coat.
I don't know.
I mean, they had free reign for 4 years. They could have just walked in even with a red coat on, but they didn't do it.
But they didn't do it.
Dougie also says maybe we won't try to blame the Second Amendment, is what you're trying to say.
Maybe.
No, we absolutely won't blame that. So, one more thing. I see we're coming up on Saturday, 7 p.m. Central. Mr. Leon Francis, right there, the man. Him and I are going to do a special edition.
All right.
It's going to be multiple. I don't know if we're going to get through all our topics, Leon, but it's Second Amendment heavy.
So 7 p.m. Central, is that what you said?
Yep, 7 p.m. Central this Saturday. Special edition. Well, I think we're just going to call it a 701 Nation special.
Sure.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
But,
by the way, everybody, starting March, the very first week in March, we're moving to Thursday nights for basically because Lenten services. I'd like to attend a few at my own church, and maybe everybody else would too. So just so everyone knows, we're just switching to Thursday during Lent, and it'll be all through March. And I think there's 1 week. I got to look at the calendar. I don't remember if Easter's early or late this year, but yeah. So we'll be doing that. So we get a chance, and I get a chance then to also attend my own as well.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Saturday's weather is gonna suck. It's gonna be cold. get on your YouTube channel, whatever you go on, watch Leon and we'll try and give you. It's probably gonna be a 2-hour show, right, Leon? I'm gonna say right now we're going 2 hours.
There will be whiskey, so
there will be.
Wow, this was full.
I can go.
Yeah,
I'm just beer tonight, but if I get whiskey in me,
that's a pretty nice koozie.
I actually got a whole shitload of topics lined up, Leon. We're going to talk suppressors. I got all kinds of shit. Yeah, you go, right there.
There you go.
Hey, that shows up nice on it right there. You got some.
I love this, man. I'm blinging with this thing.
Yeah, I had people ask me about it.
I haven't had a chance to get them on the website. Next week, everybody, I will have these on the website, gunsinthe701.com in the store. Check them out. We're going to take pre-orders on them, and 12 at a time. Just so everybody knows, we'll get them ordered. Yeah.
All right, Brian.
You can't
Brian
smash
says,
it.
see you Saturday. Appreciate that, Brian. And fair warning, there will be F-bombs thrown out Saturday night. So if you don't like that sort of thing, and turn the volume down and just watch me and Leon. Look at that couple pretty faces on there.
There you go. All right.
There might be Mexican midgets.
All righty, boys. Well, I'm going to call tonight. I think
Talk to you guys after the show.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We've been maintaining that 102 plus whatever's over on Rumble, so it's probably closer to 105, 110. Thank you, everybody. We're getting to be pretty common at that anymore, so thanks for everybody joining in. Everybody, keep your powder dry and tune in Saturday. See everybody next week.